Welcome to today's video. Today I have a question here by Mercedes. She said, "Hello guys, my name is Mercedes. I live in Sweden. So glad to have found this community. If you're wondering what community she's speaking of, check the link in the description box below. It is a wonderful support group from where I source these questions to answer here on the channel." She said, "My main question currently is concerning the non-physical experience of awareness. Example, being aware of being aware. I can acknowledge that I'm aware, but get stuck beyond that. Every time I try to become aware of awareness itself, either the mind gets going, throwing out various concepts of what it thinks it should be like, or it drifts off into random thoughts because the idea seems unattainable. Now I know that these are all thoughts, but my experience is not taking me beyond them. And I know what that peace actually feels like. I've experienced it at the time of my dad's passing, although I didn't know what it was at that time. Is it because I can't relax into being? P.S. Thank you for all of your videos on YouTube. I have learned an enormous amount." Well, thank you, Mercedes. I'm happy that the videos have been bringing you value. The awareness of awareness teaching is quite subtle. It is very simple for us to understand how to direct the attention towards the breath or body sensation or a sound, right? An object. However, when we have to take that next step, being aware of being aware, where it's almost like a turning away from the object and contemplating the subject. Or, in other words, collapsing the attention altogether, right? Because attention can only be outward. Attention is the outwardness of awareness. So it's like collapsing the attention altogether and simply being what you are, being that which is aware. So this is what I want you to acknowledge about being aware of being aware. When you are being aware of being aware, it's not like you are being aware of something, right? With everything else, you are always the knower of something. I am the knower of this glass. I am the knower of the body. I am the knower of thought. I am the knower of breath. I am the knower of these crazy thoughts, throwing out all these scenarios as you're saying. When I'm being aware of being aware, however, I'm not necessarily the knower of something. Okay? Instead, acknowledge to be aware of being aware, and I want you to do this in your experience right now. It is the same as the acknowledgement of being aware. To be aware of being aware is the same as noticing that I am aware. It's not like you're being aware of something. It's like you're acknowledging that you are in the position of being aware. You are that which is aware. It is not a doing or a being aware of something outside of yourself. It is a recognizing that I am that which sees. I am that which knows. Now, when you try to do this, even when thoughts arise, you need not freak out because they're knowing just right there. We just said it. They are only arising because they are known. Their very arising also denotes that there's a knowing in which they arise. In whose knowing do they arise? Yours. This is why Sri Ramana Maharshi always taught for you to constantly return to the question, who knows this thought? Right? Or in other words, we can say, as what am I aware of this thought? Or simply we can acknowledge that even these thoughts that are saying things, because right, the thoughts arise and inside the packaging of that thought is the content of it, what it says. So the thought may arise and maybe it's talking about dinner later, or a thought may arise and it's talking about being aware of being aware. Both are just thoughts. It doesn't matter what the content is inside of the thought. The fact is, both are just thoughts. And an even greater fact is that both are known. The knowing of them is not saying anything. So the moment thoughts arise in self-inquiry, Do not become frustrated, because no matter how many thoughts arise, your job is to once again acknowledge the knowing in which they are known. I know it can be subtle, but you have to really sit with this. You have to wrestle with it. You have to fall in love with this subtleness. You know, one of my favorite teachings from Nisargadatta Maharaj, he says, the only reason we fail to see these things is because we're too distracted. We care about too many other things that are keeping us busy, but we don't actually sit with these types of practices or pointers before getting distracted in something else. So you really have to sit with this and confirm these words in your experience. So you said, I know that these are all just thoughts, but my experience is not taking me beyond them. You don't need to go beyond thought as somewhere else over there. You are that already, which is beyond thought, which is, we can say, prior to thought, meaning thought can be there or not be there. You are still there. When thought is there, you are. You say, I am. When thought is not there, you still are. Your emness does not rely on the presence of thought. Thoughts rely on your presence. Whose presence? That right there is what we are being, acknowledging. To be aware of the witness is to knowingly be that which is witnessing. It's the same as acknowledging, I am the witness. I'm not witnessing the witness as something. I am the witness. And that is a self-proclamation, a self-illumination. That's why we may call it self-awareness. So that is my advice for you today. Anytime that you try to do this, first of all, try to confirm these words in your experience. Don't be worried about, oh, am I doing this right and whatnot. Thoughts will keep saying that. But again, your main point while practicing self-inquiry, when practicing this silent meditation, be free of all language in your mind. Be free of all words. Words mean nothing here in this practice. So allow yourself to become entirely empty. Even if thoughts say, oh, am I doing this right? You're just not concerned right now. Have no desire to pursue any thought. Just turn away. If thought says, oh, I think I got it. Is this it? Have no desire to venture off into concepts. You don't need it right now. Just keep turning to the recognition of being that which is aware. That, my friend, is being aware of being aware. So practice this. If you have any follow-up questions, anybody watching this, please let me know down below. Again, if you want to submit your own questions, please join our lovely community. I'll link that down below and you can post questions there. I select a few every single week. It's a wonderful resource that is available to you now. And also I have some free courses linked to that support group, which are going to be wonderful for you as well. That's it for today. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.